Oh, Canada, you think you're so big, when in fact what's really big is Loblaws, the grocery retail giant that ate Canada and Canada eats. With almost 1,500 stores under more than a dozen different names and a 34% market share, you can't throw a moose without hitting one. So Loblaws, or Roblaws as it's unaffectionately known, having a near monopoly on groceries, prices must be sky high, right? Well, yes and no. While Loblaws, or Blablaws as it's also known, is huge, they're not without competition. 4 other players make up the bulk of Canada's shopping cart, helping keep prices competitive, but not low by any means. So if Loblaws has competition, then all their branded stores must consistently have low prices, right? If apples are on sale at SuperStore, the price must be the same at No Frills. If Tylenol's on sale at Shoppers Drug Mart, it must be at Maxi. That would just make sense. Well, if Canadian shoppers know one thing, it's that groceries in Canada make dollars and absolutely no sense. With that, let's find out if, in fact, Loblaws has different prices in their different branded stores. I did some comparisons. 4 different stores in the same region, comparing the same 12 products without a loyalty card. For this experiment, I'm sampling SuperStore, No Frills, Independent, and Shoppers Drug Mart. And for those thinking a drugstore is not a grocery store, in the case of Shoppers, some locations almost are. If they carry the Food Essentials banner, they in fact carry the same basic groceries as Loblaws supermarkets. Weird, yeah, but that's the name of the grocery game in Canada. All prices used are non-sale prices and were gathered in June of 2024. Let's get started. First up, what's the deal with Boost Original Chocolate Meal Replacement Drink? SuperStore is selling it for $14.99. So is No Frills and Independent. So far, so good. And Shoppers has his drugstore staple listed for the regular price of $17.49. Okay, I'm gonna need a boost in pay to be able to afford this stuff. Let's check out bread. What's the deal? A loaf of white Wonder Bread, aptly named because you'll wonder if it's bread. At SuperStore, a loaf goes for $2.47. At No Frills, the regular price is $3.69, and Independent sells it for $3.49. And Shoppers, that same loaf goes for $3.99. Okay, let's compare butter. No point in having bread if you don't have butter. One of Loblaws' house brands is No Name. If you've never heard of it, that's because it, well, has no name. Okay, so what's the deal at SuperStore? A pound will ring up at $5.99, not on sale. At No Frills, you'll pay $5.89. At Independent, it's $6.49, and at Shoppers, you'll pay $6.29. All right, let's go for something indulgent. President's Choice, the decadent chocolate chip cookie. These things have almost a cult following. So what's the deal? At SuperStore, you'll pay $3.49 a bag. At No Frills, at the same price, whereas Independent charges a whopping $4.49, but still not as much as Shoppers at $4.79 a bag. Good thing I'd never join a cult that would have me as a member. Okay, let's move to cereal. And with the price of this once beloved breakfast staple, it's no wonder more people are saying Cheerio to Cheerios. What's the deal at SuperStore? You'll pay $3.99 for a small box. That same box at No Frills goes for $3.50. At Independent, you'll pay $5.99, and Shoppers is going to charge you a ridiculous $7.49. Happy heart shapes my butt. More like unhappy heart attack over the price of this stuff. If those cereal killer prices got you sweating, you're going to need some deodorant. So what's the deal at SuperStore? They're going to stick it to you for $7.99. Same with No Frills, whereas Independent will charge you $8.99. And Shoppers is demanding close to $10 at $9.49. Okay, these prices have me in a lather. Let's see what's the deal on Dove soap. At SuperStore, these 6 bars will cost $11.49. No Frills, $11.99. Independent wants $12.99. And Shoppers will soak you for $14.49. Okay, this shopping is draining me. Maybe I need a kid's vitamin. So what's the deal on Flintstones? This is where the drugstore shines. It's what they do best. Let's look at SuperStore. $21.99 for 150. Check. No Frills, same price. And Independent, you bet, $21.99. And now Shoppers is going to sweep the floor with those other 3 by charging a mere $23.99. WTF. Okay, I'm sure that was just a fluke. Let's look at Good For You Kind bars. What's the deal at SuperStore? They've got them for $21.99 for 12. That same box at No Frills also $21.99, and independent a buck more at $22.99. And Shoppers, well, they're charging a whopping $27.99. Not too kind with your kind pricing there, Shoppers. Alright, time for a Pepsi pick-me-up. SuperStore is selling a 2-liter bottle for $2.69. No Frills, same price. And independent is almost a buck more at $3.49. And Shoppers being a dime cheaper than that at $3.39. Okay, who goes to the grocery store for sunscreen? That's definitely a drugstore item, so what's the deal at SuperStore, where it sells for $10.99, and No Frills $11.49, independent $11.99, and Shoppers a very unreasonable $15.99. That really burns me. Okay, one last item. How about toothpaste? SuperStore sells it for $3.49, No Frills also $3.49, independent $5.49, and Shoppers $6.29. Ugh, my teeth hurt. Wow, so considering one company owns all these stores, their prices are all over the map. Let's add up the cart of groceries from each of the stores. At SuperStore, you're going to pay $111.56. No Frills rings in at $113.19, but because this is supposed to be a cheaper version of SuperStore due to their no frills, like no in-store bakery or deli, shouldn't it actually cost less? Independent will set you back $123.38, which might mean the independent owners set their own prices. But the biggest shock is how much more Shoppers is, at $141.68. And considering they, like No Frills, don't have an in-store bakery or deli, I'm not sure how they justify charging more than $30 for the exact same 12 products as SuperStore. And I should mention that both the SuperStore and No Frills I surveyed have in-store pharmacies. Lessons learned. Don't buy your groceries in a drugstore, and don't buy your drugstore items in a Shoppers Drug Mart. As we've seen, prices have become outrageous at all of these stores and other stores as well. The struggle is real for many people, so if you can, please donate to your local food bank. Have you got examples of out-of-control grocery prices? Tell us about it in the comments section, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And share this video with anyone who needs to know about these price differences. Okay, that's it. That's the deal with Loblaws making dollars and no cents in the Canadian grocery landscape. By the way, Loblaws, the 1970s called, they want their graphic back.